Hello, 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 beautiful unicorns. Yana Kasperczak coming into your live from Ontario of Canada as your certified professional performance and spiritual awakening core energy coach. It has been my soul's purpose to help women, to help you in this group, in this community, especially, which is Heal the Unicorn, emotional healing and spiritual growth for women. So if you're not in this group, this Facebook group, then come and join and check it out, see if it's for you, and if not, no hard feelings at all. Keep looking for your place. And it has been my soul's purpose to help you to get your shit together so you can break free from that mental prison that you find yourself in and live and build and live a life and a business that you're not only proud of but excited to wake up to every single day, no matter how tired you are. Because today I am tired. It has been a busy and eventful weekend, I'd say, starting with Friday. We continued doing renovations, so a lot of that was done, and then my birthday was yesterday, so even just energetically sharing the space with everyone and receiving celebrations and birthday wishes is a lot as well, right? And spending time within, knowing that birthdays are our days of rebirth, and giving the space for whatever's meant to happen that day. And I could feel there was a lot that went through. This is another reason why I'm just feeling a lot of different energy coming through me. So card reading is a must for you, and it is a must for me for sure. So let's see what these cards have for us. Honestly, I was gonna do doesn't want to come out. I think we're doing two cards today because they're just stuck together. So this is the first one. Yeah, that's two cards. The first one, and it's upside down. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 cups. Okay. Good morning, Rebecca. Good morning, Debbie. Thank you, Rebecca, for the birthday wishes again. It's been an eventful one, and that's the second card. So this is a really interesting one. It's almost like, makes me think of, so this is Wands, hitting right in the center of where it needs to be. This one is making me a little uncomfortable in a good way. It's just, I'm like, oh my god, everything that I have been working for so far is going to happen, and it's scary, right? And the reason why it's scary to achieve and reach our dreams and goals is because there was part of us that didn't believe it possible, but once we get there, then they're going to be replaced with something else that is going to be bigger and scarier, right? So not knowing what that's going to be can cause a little bit of dis-ease and yes, Cleo, and discomfort. That's why it's important to identify what those are. Okay, so since this feline decides to grace us with her presence, she definitely has been replacing the role of Ramses. Part of me is happy with that, and the other part of me not so much, because I don't particularly wanted his role replaced, but unfortunately nothing lives forever, and that is just the truth. So this is basically the 2-card reading that I am doing. Let me see if there's oh my goodness, there's different styles of reading the cards, different ways of reading them, right? 1 card, 3 cards usually. You know what, let me just pull out one more card for the sake of 3-card reading. And my fingers don't want to be picking up one card. So this is going to be the Empress. This one has a word, so the other ones don't. So this is going to be the future, the past, the present, and the future. And the hairy kitty. Okay. So that one is cups. Let me find where the cups are. And let's get drinking them cups. So this is the cups, and if you know, some of these cards, there's certain decks I prefer reading simply, honestly, because it's easier to find what I am looking for without going and searching page by page. But here we go. I found it. Doesn't have much writing, so I'm excited for that, because after I'm done here, I got a lot of things to do for the business, but I also got a lot of things to do for the house, and that's where I'm gonna focus on, because it's all about balance. Right now I'm more, this is how you can identify also where you need to spend a little bit more time in, is that area, whether it's life or a certain specific part of life, or business, or certain specific part of business, where you feel nerves coming up for you, and that is your subconscious telling you focus a little bit there right now. For me, it's getting the renos done and having the time off after we're done, but there's still quite a bit to do. Okay, so 9 of Cups, bliss, harmony. So this is the past, right? Bliss and harmony. I'll show you guys again the card so you can see the colors on there as well. So 9 of Cups. At last, the card of wishes come true. When the 9 of Cups appears, worries and fears will be cast away. A new phase of peace and harmony awaits. The world seems to be granting your every wish. Good health, happiness, and even material gains are heading your way. Enjoy. And that is literally it. So that is the past, but the past is the present. And I know this is the card that I was more nervous about, but they are connected. So let's see how they are connected. So that is Wands, 2, 4, 6, 8 of Wands. We were just in the Cups. Let's see the Wands. You know, some of these wand images are interesting. So 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands strikes like lightning, because you can see the lightning bolt there. It's a card of news, change, or clarity in an unresolved situation. You might hear from an old friend out of the blue and receive some surprising news that shifts the direction of your course. This card sometimes means literal movement in on the horizon, so be ready to travel if the opportunity arises. Yeah, we are planning traveling, and it sounds like there's going to be opportunities coming our way, and not the ones that we said no to, because I'm sticking to the no so far, unless things change, and then things will change. But so the 8 of Wands strikes like lightning. It's a card of news, change, or clarity on an unresolved situation. So there's some situation that you have. I can definitely think of one right now, but here's the thing that I want to remind each and every one of you, is that the best way, I have learned the hard way, how to keep my peace, how to keep momentum going, how to keep myself and my family safe, and how to achieve and reach goals, is to say less, to share less, to work in the silence in the background, and then share and talk about things. And not to be talking about it and sharing about it, because that's how we drain energy and we lose focus, because there's a big part of us now starts to subconsciously believe that we have already achieved it, that we have already experienced it, without getting that, without reaching that. So that's why it's important to share less, to keep more things to yourself. And the reason why I learned the hard way is because I used to be like a total open book. I would say everything, I would share everything with everyone, I would not hold back. And in the end, not only did it hurt me, because being so open and being so comfortable, it caused people to start questioning things and start taking things out of proportion. And it really helped me to see who people were in my life as well, and recognize that what people say about you speaks more about them than you. So, which was a great thing, but at the same time, it taught me to say less. Because by going out there and sharing my plans and sharing my thoughts and my ideas and sharing what I'm currently going through, it also caused me to not do anything, because I started to feel like I've already did this. Why am I doing this again? But by talking about it, sharing about it, we feel like we have achieved it, we have gotten it, and therefore I don't want to do it again. And so there's a good and bad with that, because the good is everything is good and bad, right? Everything is yin and yang, everything is night and dark. It's because certain things that if we really, 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 really want them, we won't quit, we won't give up. But it does tend to take longer to get there, because there's a lot less energy available to use towards whatever it is that we're doing or going after, because we keep talking about it, we keep sharing and draining and leaking that energy, instead of laser focus. Like a horse has its blinders and it's laser focused and it's not distracted by anything else, it's not talking, it's just running the race, it is doing what it's supposed to be doing. And then afterwards it goes in the field with its body, goes nay, nay, it talks about whatever it wants to talk about, right? So that is what comes up for me for this card, for the Eight of Wands. You might also hear from an old friend out of the blue, receive some surprising news that shifts the direction of your course. So right now you might be going in one direction, doing one thing, and then you might hear some news and that might shift the direction of where you're going and what you're doing, or maybe not necessarily where you're going, what you're doing, but how you're going, how you're doing things, right? It's not always the what, it could also be the how. And this card sometimes means literal movement is on the horizon. So you might literally be moving. Opportunities come your way, right? Especially from a friend. Something happens and you could literally be moving. I know for some of you that might resonate quite a bit. So looking forward to hearing what happens with that. So be ready to travel if the opportunity arises. And yeah, because so this is how these two connect, is you have been experiencing and receiving all the things that you have been wanting, all the things that you have been focusing on and manifesting, and then now that they are, it's going to expand. And it's going to give you some new opportunities to move in a different direction or a different way, or the how will change. So the Empress, wondering where that one will be, if it's considered to be wands even though it has a moon, or is it a cup? Kind of hard to tell with some of them, so it's not. I'm just gonna assume it's somewhere in the wands because it is a tree, or it might be elsewhere. So let's go on the search party, okay? Shall we? Probably in the end here. Don't want to miss any page because that's where it might be. The Empress. Some of these, yeah, this is going to be in the end here. Okay. Gotta love the search party, right? I'm sure it's going to be worth it in the end if we find it. This is the Emperor. The Empress. Here we go. Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be worth it. Creation, nature, the mother. The Empress is the mother or the goddess of the earth. Her energy encompasses all that is warm, fertile, creative, and sensual in the world. Her strength comes from being gentle and compassionate, and loving without binding. When this card appears, it's pointing to either a maternal relationship in your life or the side of yourself that wants to love more. The Empress also suggests it's time for you to reconnect with nature. Go outside tonight and find the moon. So spending time more outdoors, connecting with nature, being with nature. I mean, in our country, this is where now it's time to go out there because it's nicer, it's warmer. We have just also resealed the deck. We have to clean the deck, take the old stuff off, all the old stain, and restained it again. Fix the water fountain to make it nicer and prettier than what it was before. Added some blue color to it. Some of you might have seen my blue painted fingers. They're not blue anymore. That's from adding the blue dye to the pond, and don't worry, it's safe. I did my research on that. There were some that weren't, and then this one was. And we literally used a tiny little bit of it, and it was more than enough. And then fixed the pumps because the hoses were breaking, so it's been quite a bit. And then a lot of first time we cut the grass already. I reseeded the lawn in the backyard, so the dog is not going out there anymore. Yeah, now there's going to be a lot more time spent outside because now we can put the patio set out, get everything out and ready and enjoy it. So I will be reconnecting with nature, spending more time outside. This is your invitation from the Empress to do the same and find the moon, sit out on the moon and enjoy the moon, and allow yourself to be in your creative space, in your creative zone, whatever that means to you, whatever that looks like to you, whatever that feels like to you, whatever it is that you most likely will be doing that allows you to feel creation taking place within you. And your strength, also a reminder, will come from being gentle and compassionate. First and foremost, for yourself, to yourself. Because I know most of you ladies in this group are really, really good and amazing at being gentle and compassionate with everyone else in your life. But you forget to practice the gentleness and compassion with yourself, for yourself. And a lot of you have hobbies or have things that you want to try and do, and you're not allowing yourself to do that. And this will be the opportunity for you to be gentle and compassionate and allow yourself to do that as you would everybody else in your life. Treat yourself in the way that you treat others. If your kids or your partner came to you and they wanted to dabble in their hobby, dabble in something that allows them to express their creativity, you would encourage them, you would support them. And you would express love and gentleness and compassion to them, for them. But yet, when it comes to yourself, you don't have time. You don't have the energy. Not right now. I don't, on one level and another, I don't deserve, that I'm worthy because I haven't done this or this or that. I should be doing this, I should be doing that, or I could be doing that, I could be doing that. That my time is meant to be used on other things and not on this thing that I really want to do. This is the reason why I now recognize that I started off saying that after I'm done this, because this is where for me my anxiety was creeping up, that I want to get those doors painted. I painted most of the trim and most of the doors already, because this is one of the bigger projects that needs to get done. When I say needs to, because it's on the plan that my husband and I have come up with, what we're doing on the main floor, and that's my responsibility, my job. So I spent Friday from 6:30 until, and I kid you not, until 1:11 in the morning, painting the trim, painting the doors to the 3 bedrooms, doing 2 coats on them, and then 2 coats on all the trim, and then I still gotta finish on the other part of the trim, do another coat on another door that I painted, which was 1 coat. I gotta do another coat on that, and then paint 2 more doors. So that's what I plan on doing, because for me, that is where my creativity is right now. The upcycling, recycling things. Instead of taking out the doors and putting brand new doors, we upcycle and recycle. Why? Because these doors are great. Why replace them? Why get rid of something that it works very well? Whereas some people, they would do that. So what is the space right now that you're feeling called to be creative in? And it could literally be anything. You might feel a little bit of anxiety creeping up for you, and that might come, as it did for me, from a place of, I don't have time for that. There's other things that I should be doing, that I could be doing. You know, we're getting really close to launching a new program. 2 new programs actually. One program I'm launching, the other program Anna is launching. So but the royal we don't have time to be doing renovations. But right now the question is, what feels more important? And what feels more important that will fuel my soul and get rid of this anxious feelings is spending time on my creativity. Because what's going to happen after that is that I'm going to have a lot more energy available to do the projects for the business. Because otherwise the mind just won't focus on that. In the back of my head, it will be that song we're playing. We gotta paint the trim, we gotta paint the doors, we gotta do a lot of things, so let's get going and rush through the process. And I want to do that, right? It's like some of you that have a job, whether it's part-time or full-time job, and you're at a job, and when you're working, your mind goes onto all the things you gotta do at home. And when you're at home, your mind goes on all the things you gotta do at work. And this is the practice of switching off. Switching off from work to focus on the house or home things. Switching off from home to focus on the work. And I got time in the afternoon for the business, and then this morning it's going to be focusing on the house project. Okay, so that is all that I have for you, beautiful ladies, for today's reading. Let me know what stood out to you the most. Maybe there was an aha moment, maybe there was a realization that came through for you, or maybe you decided on what that creative project that you want to dabble in and spend your time and energy there to help you feel that sense of completion and productivity, or that sense of healing, or whatever it is that it will help you to feel. Maybe it'll help you feel revitalized or clear or loved or compassionate with yourself or yourself. So that's all. Look looking forward to hearing from you. And until we see each other next Monday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, or perhaps we'll see each other tomorrow at the Sacred Circle, where Bethany will be leading us into meditation, some breath works, and that is all. Until we see each other next time. Bye, everybody. Have an amazing the rest of the day. Bye.